Next question is on DNA structure, and it's important to remember all of the structure of DNA because they can ask you to recall any part of it. So, if you remember that a DNA has a double helix, a sugar phosphate backbone, specific base pairing, that means adenine or A pairs with thymine T, so A and T pair, and cytosine pairs with G, guanine, and those pairs or those bases are held together by weak hydrogen bonds. That is all you'll really ever have to apply for DNA. So if you look at this question, use the word from the box to complete the sentence. The two DNA strands are held together with something bonds. So you know it's hydrogen bonds. The answer is hydrogen. For the next part, you just have to interpret the genetic code. So all you have to apply here is the knowledge that A pairs with T and C pairs with G. So they often give you a strand and you basically write the complementary strand, which is really, really easy. If you know A pairs with T, then this is going to be T, this is going to be A. G pairs with C or cytosines, that's going to be C. That is going to be A, T, C, G, G. Really, really easy. This is the first question where you could easily drop a mark even if you've revised and memorized everything, because you have to interpret the question correctly. It says, when the same gene was sequenced in a different person, the sequence was A, T, T, A, G, C, C. So you can see that one of the T's here used to be a G here, so it's slightly different, but it's almost identical, but it is identical everywhere else. It says, explain why this shows that the gene has more than one allele. Explain means give a reason for. So what has created this version of the gene? How has it changed? So you would say a mutation or a genetic mutation has changed G to T. And then the tricky part, it's also asking you to really define what is meant by an allele. So you justify your knowledge of what an allele is, which I'm sure you probably know. Alleles are different versions of the same gene. But the tricky part is understanding that's what the question's asking you to do. It's a 2-mark question, so you know there'll be 2 points. So if you're in a situation like this and it's asking about alleles, the chances are you'll have to define what an allele is.